All right, before the actual video starts, which is going to look exactly like what this looks like right now, I just forgot to say early enough in the video, so in case you don't make it the whole way through, all this stuff is going to go out in the store Friday, September 3rd. It's going to be in the store only on Friday, and by 7 p.m. at the latest, Friday, September 3rd, anything that doesn't get purchased will go on the website. You can buy it there. You can have it shipped anywhere in the world. So that's the situation with that. This is mostly the rock and pop stuff from the collection we acquired in the Valley from our last video. And then about 2 or 3 weeks from now, we're going to put out all the soul, jazz, Latin, country, all that kind of stuff. So it's not, as I'm sure you noticed, it's not going to be an every week thing. It's going to be every 2 or 3 weeks because of how long it takes to clean, price, research, all that stuff. As far as all this stuff goes. So I just wanted to let you know about all of that up top so that there's no confusion on that, and so that just in case you don't make it to the very end of the video, you know exactly what's going on and can live your life accordingly. So here is the rest of the video. Here's some records. Hey, what's up everyone? This is Carlos from Hybrid Records. Welcome back to the channel where the rules are made up and the points don't matter. So if you saw our last video, you know we picked up this like pretty sizable, not insanely huge, but a very quality collection in the Valley. God, at this point, 3 weeks ago, almost 4 weeks ago. But in that video when I was talking about the collection, where it came from, all that kind of stuff, I mentioned that the first drop of stuff was going to be mostly the modern stuff, like newer reissues of things, more modern artists, things like that. So that already happened. You guys pretty much wiped us out that first day. There's a little bit left from that, but a ton of it went super fast. And so I told you that the next drop was going to be more focused on the vintage stuff, and I've even kind of segmented it a little bit more from there because I realized what a monumental task pricing and cleaning all this stuff was going to be. And as you can tell, things are a little bit different in this video, and that's because things have been even crazier at the shop lately. I've just been so busy. Josh and I have been trying to move as fast as we can, but there's just only so many hours in the day, so I wasn't able to go through with the whole camera setup and like get the good mic and make it all super fancy. So I'm just doing this on my phone, which has a cracked screen, and I'm using my front facing camera, so hopefully it doesn't look like absolutely terrible. But I really just had to knock it out, otherwise I wasn't going to be able to get a video out for y'all to kind of show you what's coming next. So in regards to the Valley collection, I'll get to that in a second, but it's going to be pretty much only like rock, pop oriented kind of stuff. It's going to be vintage used stuff. There are a couple other things that are going to sneak in there. Actually, one that I almost forgot. Hold on. Okay, that's a good one that I don't want to forget to show you. Where can I put this? So yeah. But first, more stuff is coming. I've been buying even more records since then. Friday, I made a house call, picked up some stuff. Monday, one of our regulars, a good friend of the store, came in to trade some stuff in for store credit. So I'll show you some of that. And then right as he was coming in, somebody came and brought like 9 or 10 U-Haul boxes full of stuff. A lot of junk not stored super well, but a lot of really solid, super salvageable, and actually in a lot of cases really clean titles. It seemed like a DJ's collection, so a lot of the more rock stuff didn't get used as much, and that stuff remained in pretty good shape. So let's get through all that stuff first before we get into the Valley stuff. This is from the DJ collection mostly right now. More Stay in the Time, killer. This Bon Jovi record, look, not a big fan of Bon Jovi. I'm sorry, don't yell at me, but don't see it that often. So, you know, cool to have stuff that doesn't come in as often as maybe some other things do. Don't see this one very often either, so that's a good one. There are several, I want to say like 3 or 4 Judas Priest records that came in. This is a reissue, but still, again, probably the least common Steely Dan record, other than like, I don't know, some 90s stuff maybe, like the stuff that came out for Record Store Day. But as far as like the first however many, 8, 9, 10 albums, see this one the least. Sent off a really, really pristine first pressing to a good friend in the shop recently. Didn't even make it out to the floor. Knew that he needed that, so we sent it off to him. This one will make it into the bins this Friday, which, yeah, so that's what's going to happen. It's going to be this Friday. I'll talk about that more at the end of the video. Queen, Day at the Races. Not the cleanest copy in the world, but probably a decent starter copy. Prince, 1999. Again, all this stuff is still from that DJ collection. And so there's some more Prince stuff. There's some Michael Jackson stuff that I didn't show. Some other things like that. But because it was a DJ collection, some of the covers aren't always super pristine. Some of them have some notes about the BPMs of the different songs and things like that. So what that means is that because some of the covers aren't great, you might get a, I don't know, $15 or $20 record for like $5 or somewhere around there. And then I guess the only thing that I prepared that I'm going to show from the trade-in that came in just before that is this Day at the Races. But there's some other really good stuff from that as well. Some Hendrix, some Ozzy, there's Peter Gabriel. I don't know. Some other good stuff too that you'll definitely want to check out. REM, an original REM. So definitely look out for that stuff. I said I was going to go through this super quickly, and it's already going on way too long. Surprise to no one. So I'm going to try to blitz through the rest of these really quickly. First and foremost, the record I almost forgot to show you that's going to go out. So it's mostly rock, pop, kind of stuff like that. But you'll see some soundtracks sneak in there, and maybe like a soul record or two. But yeah, so this is the Banjo-Kazooie soundtrack. That's a 4 LP box set right there from, strangely enough, Xbox Game Studios and Fangamer. But yeah, childhood stuff for me. Very stoked to see it. So now for all the rest of the records, this is just some stuff that I pulled. There's a bunch of Kink stuff. Isaac seemed to be a huge Kinks fan, and thank God he was, because there's some banger records in there. I picked this one mainly because Josh and I listened to it in the shop the other day. It's pretty sick. But there's Lola, or a Power Man, whatever the super long title of that is. What else? There's so many I can't even list them all off the top of my head right now. Harumi. Original. Has the poster in it. Poster has a little wear and tear, but has the poster. So that's cool. I'm almost positive this is like a true first pressing right there. There's a good amount of Brian Eno, including the like first couple of records, as well as a few others that are going to be worth checking out. But Another Dream World is a great record. Classic. Don't see it a ton. Original mono. There's a big, healthy, chunk of Beach Boys records. But this is the one I've been vibing the most lately. And gonna give this a good spin before I put it out. So that's cool. There's a few reggae records. Here's a Yellow Man one. There will be a few more coming in a minute. Zipper cover Rolling Stones. I actually haven't been asked about Rolling Stone stuff since Charlie Watts died. R.I.P. Charlie Watts. But I am a very, very strong opponent to the death tax, is what I call it, that a lot of record dealers kind of engage in that behavior. And I find it not a good look to immediately jack up the prices of an artist's work right after they die. So you will not see a notable price increase from what we would normally sell those records for, because I think it's kind of fucked up to do that. You know, not a great cover, but that means that it will be affordable. So that's good to see. This one I'm pretty excited to listen to. There's a good chunk of Tom Petty records. This one you don't see very often. It's an OG record club, like a club situation. Bob Marley. Van Morrison. There's a good half dozen Van Morrison records. Like I said about the soundtracks, there's one right there. Kinks again, but this one Japanese press with the Obi strip. Always cool to see. Weird Al, baby. He came to Corpus and I didn't go to the show, and I deeply regret it. There's some good Velvet Underground stuff. I'll be honest, I'm probably keeping the Velvet Underground and Nico. But there'll be some other ones out there. I had to sell my Velvet Underground and Nico. I had an original mono that I sold during lockdown because money was tight. And so I'm going to get that back. Give me that. I hope everyone's watched. I think you should leave. This is not related to that. Richie Valens, Delphi. Here's another reggae one. I really should have put these in some kind of freaking order before I did this. Yeah, should have had all the reggae together, but some toots. This is such a great record. And Pressure Drop is top 5 greatest songs of all time. Fight me. There are 2 songs in this world. Here's a fun fact about me that nobody asked for. There are 2 songs in this world that can bring me genuine joy even if I'm in like the worst mood possible. One of them is Pressure Drop, more specifically the Specials cover of it, but still any version of it will do. And then the other one is Journey to the Island from the Jurassic Park soundtrack. As soon as I hear that, I won't do any more because I'll get flagged for copyright, but always makes me happy. Television. This one's been popping up a lot lately, and it sells instantly every single time. T-Rex, don't see a lot of that. I'm 99% sure this, actually I know this is a bootleg, but it's on colored vinyl, so that's pretty sick. And the box set sold pretty quickly. This is an amazing record by the Yardbirds. This isn't an original UK pressing, but it's a very early pressing, like a second pressing. It's got the Box Columbia logo on the center label. This is Spinal Tap. This is one that I probably won't keep, but if I listen to it one more time, I might change my mind. Love me some Kate Bush. That's a great record. Hunky Dory. There's a good chunk more, maybe a half a dozen Bowie records. There's a good chunk of Beatles records. I already showed the George Harrison art. Now I'm showing you Paul McCartney solo stuff, but there is like proper Beatles records in there and some like odd kind of pressings of them. Like I think Revolver is an Italian pressing, stuff like that. Black Sabbath. There's this one. There's a few others as well. This one's really exciting for me. Some Syd Barrett stuff. You don't see that a whole lot. There you go. ZZ Top. R.I.P. Dusty Hill as well. Losing a lot of them lately. And it's a real bummer. Thank God I got to see ZZ Top live. It's probably about 10 years ago now, actually. This is a highly, highly, highly underrated Neil Young record. And then here's another Neil Young record. There's a ton of other stuff, a ton of other goodies that I didn't show, just because there's not enough time. This video is already way too long. always trying to do too much in these videos. But that's that on that. That's going to be on Friday, September 3rd. Hopefully the new Iron Maiden record is here by then. As of the recording of this video, I still haven't even gotten to my distributor yet, so that's a real nightmare right now. So that new release will be happening. Hopefully there's still some Turnstile records by the time I post this. We just got those in. But yeah, ton of good stuff going out for Fresh Friday this week. It's going to be a similar situation as last time where it's in-store only up top. I might make the online bit happen a little bit earlier than it did last time that we did this, but I might not. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet. But yeah, definitely if you're local, you'll want to get in here bright and early if any of this is stuff that interests you. And then probably in another 2 to 3 weeks, we're going to have another drop, and that will probably be the last of the Valley collection. It's going to consist of all of the soul, the jazz, all the Spanish language stuff, and hopefully all the Nigerian stuff too. We might have to break that up again because that's still a lot of records. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, that's what's happening. Hopefully we see you on Friday. Hopefully I get all this stuff priced in time. It's probably going to be another very late Thursday night. But if you want another extra bonus sneak peek, follow us on Instagram at Hybrid Records TX. Usually on Thursday night as I'm leaving the shop, I'll do a live. I'll do an Instagram live where I show some extra little goodies just so you can kind of get the full view of everything that's happening. So yeah, that's it. I'm not going to edit this video because I don't have time, so it's going to be a little bit long. So sorry if I rambled a bit, but it is what it is, and that's that on that. I will see y'all soon. Later.